The purpose of this video is to show you how to batch create courses to be uploaded to Blackboard. I use a report in Informer titled, titled Course Schedule. And Sean created this for me, and this has all the information I need to create several reports actually. But today we're starting with course schedule. All right, when you open it, it's a CSV file. So immediately I go to Save As and make sure I save it as an Excel workbook. I keep the same name. My name is very specific, File 2006 Course Schedule as of 8/9/2016. This is subject to change tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. Anyway, so I click Save. It tells me it's already exists, and it does because I've already done this once, but this is my new and improved version, so I'm just going to tell it to replace it. Now, I'm going to double click up here. I'm going to click to select all, rather, not double click, but I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to go to the little vertical bar between A and B and double click, and that expands my columns. What I don't need are the section dates and all that stuff right there. So I'm going to delete column G through M, as in monkey or Michael or Mercy or movie. So G through M, right click, delete. Now that's left some spaces and things that I don't want. You see some blank things under Web Advisor and space under TBA between that TBA. So go back up here and select again. Go to Sort and Filter, Custom Sort. Make sure your check mark has, there's a check mark beside My Data has headers. And then you're going to sort by section and click OK. Now it's going to, I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to find a whole bunch of spaces and things I don't need. So on this row here, underneath the last class, I'm just going to select and scroll down and go past it some ways until I think I've got to the last one. Keep it going, apparently. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. I'm just scrolling, letting it run. And it looks like I've gotten to the last one after I got past Jay Hall. And that would make sense because Jason and Joshua are welding instructors, and welding courses are the last ones usually listed. So I'm going to right click and click delete, and that's going to give me the list of all instructors and what kind of class. The method is the course delivery method, the section titles, and the section. So you may have noticed, or you may have seen that I had popped up real quickly to the top. I used Control Home to do that. Like I was way down here at the bottom somewhere. I'm just going to demonstrate to that. I was way down here somewhere. I press the Control key, tap the Home key, takes me back to A1, which is a quicker way than just scrolling. Just a feather for your hat. You know me, I'm all about options. So now, what else do we need to do to this file to get it ready for to use it to upload? I'm going to go ahead and make sure I Control S to save on a regular basis. One thing we have to do, we don't know the instructors of these TBA courses. Somebody's going to have to tell you that. You'll get it from, I don't know, you could send a list to Catherine. You could pull it out of Colleague using a special mnemonic that was created for the community college system in North Carolina. You could just throw out the list to, I don't know, anybody and say, hey, who's teaching these courses? I need their names, and it would be helpful if they send their Web Advisor or their user ID. That would be great. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change user advisor to username right now because that's what it is in Blackboard. It's a username. Faculty first, last, we need that. Section title, section method. So we're good. So what's the first thing I need to do? One thing, the courses are not labeled with just the section. our courses also include the year and the semester in front of that. So that's one of the things I want to do. I want to leave this in place. I don't want to do anything else to this fall 2016 course schedule as of 2016. I want to just leave it alone. So I'm going to come over and make me another file. I'm going to save as, and I'm going to name this Blackboard Batch Course. And I always put what I'm doing, create, in capital letters. Create, Blackboard Batch Course Create, as of 08-09-2016. That way I know what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to create a file where I can batch create courses, and I know the date I did it. So if I have multiple of these, there's no doubt about what the date is. All right, if you hear me pause or hesitate, they're like what I call little pain flinches. It takes away my breath and it makes me have to pause for a second. Don't be alarmed. I'll be right back. It lasts 2 or 3 seconds and then it's gone. That's why the hesitation. Just wanted you to know. The background noise is provided by my master and chief butler, Billy Gray Robertson Jr., who was in the kitchen preparing supper. Okay. That was a pain flinch. All right. Now, the next thing we want to do is we've got to get certain information for our Blackboard Batch Create. The only things we have to have are the section title, the method of, well, we need all that. Well, we don't need the username, but I'm not getting rid of it. Well, I am going to get rid of it in this file because I left it intact in the other file. So I'm going to select column F and delete it. And now I'm going to show you how we create the rest of this monstrosity. I leave column F empty because I need the space. I need to be able to see the space. I don't like things crowded. So in column G, what we're going to put the year and semester and other things. So I'm going to show you how that works. The year and semester is 2016-03-. It's very important you put all those dashes in there. Let me zoom in a little bit. You might see it better if I can zoom in. 2016-03-. I will not respond to that right now. That's a little personal update from a friend. Then the next thing that I want to do is take column A and copy it to column H. So what's going to happen, I'm going to put that 2016-03, I'm going to select it, I'm going to copy it, then I'm going to click under there, go all the way to the end, and I'm going to click and Control V, and that's going to put that in that entire column, as you can see. Now for me to get what's called the course ID, so the next column is going to be course ID. That's going to be a formula, equals, and I'm going to click that one to pick up G2. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and tap the ampersand, and then click section, which is column H, and enter. That's the course ID. The entire course ID for all courses has to be, oh, I just rhymed, I love a rhyme, 206-13, I'm sorry, -03-ACA-111-301. That's the entire course ID. Now to get that formula to flow, you can click I2 and you can just do a field. And if I drag down just a little, you can see how their section numbers are changing, and the course numbers will change also when I get to a certain spot. So I'm just eyeballing that there on row 12 should be, and it is, ACA 122 31D1. So I'm just going to run that down all the way down. I really don't like doing it this way. Let me show you the way I like to do it. Because I can. I like to click and do Control C. Then I like to click and drag really fast all the way down to the end. Right click, Paste Special, Formulas, OK. That way I am 100% confident that when I look and spot check any one, that I'm going to see the correct information and it matches column A. That's CJC 2413001. Then I go down a little bit, pick another one. That's GRD 241301. I always do 3 just because I'm paranoid. Doesn't matter what, but there on row 272 I have TRN 17301. Now there's no doubt in my mind that that's correct. That's the course ID. I'm going to click S to save. Press Control S to save. Alrighty, now I'm going to slide over and we're going to do what's called the course description. We have a course ID. Is it course description or course name? It could be course name. I think it's course name. However, if I'm in doubt, let me check it out. I don't have Blackboard open. I thought I did. Let me see. Oh, here it is up here. Let me go over to System Admin, Courses. It's called Course Name. I was right. I don't know why I doubted myself, but I did. It's called Course Name. And the course name is made up of some other things. It's going to be the course ID plus the section title, which that's going to make up our course name. So how do we get that? Well, the first thing I do, I'm going to say equals course ID shift ampersand section title. And then I'm going to press the enter key. Let me show you the problem with this. And I did it that way on purpose. It doesn't put a space between the 301 and the section title, College Student Success. So I want those spaces in there, and I don't want to have to manually go in there and do it. So this is how I do that. I'm going to go back to the original file right here, and I'm going to insert, I'm going to click on B, and I'm going to insert a little column to the left. Now I'm in an older version of Excel. You might have to choose insert column to the left. No big deal. Double click and then press the space bar once. You'll see the cursor moved over a space. So there's a space there. So now I'm going to select that. Control C. Go all the way down to the end. Click Control V. Whoops, I didn't do right. I'm sorry, my mistake. Let's try that again. Yep, there it is. So Control C. I've got to click under that. Then go all the way down to the end. Select that with Control A and then Control V to paste. So now if I double click in any of those, you'll see my cursor's one space to the right. I know, sounds like a little tedious thing, but believe me, you won't regret it in the end. Got to do the same thing here. Right click, insert, and then I'm going to put space, double click, put a space. I'm going to select, Control C, click right under it, go all the way down to the end, Shift, and select, and then Control V. And I just check one and say, yep, that's it. And I can kind of make this column smaller. They don't have to be as big as they are. And now I'm going to click column F, insert a row to the right. Now, I've been doing those manually. I can actually come here to D and select it and pop that in. And you can see it's there. I've got to do the same thing here. Insert, go back to the previous blank one, select it, and you're done. You're thinking this is crazy, but trust me, it works. Control S, save regularly. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit to try to get this all on one screen. Actually, I'm going to shorten some of the columns up so that you can see what I'm doing. And so we're trying to get the course name in place. So to do that, now the course name is going to be made up of, I've got to take that back out so we can see. Now, the course name is going to equal the course ID in M2 ampersand, the space in B2 ampersand, College of Success in C2 ampersand, the space in D2 ampersand, the method of delivery, the space, instructor's first name, the space, instructor's last name. Press enter, and I got a mistake. Let me see what it says. I'm going to say yes, and let me see if it gave me what I wanted. It did. See how I have everything with the spaces where they should be? So I'm not unhappy with that at all. So, Pilgrim, I'm going to take this first completed and correct course name in N2, and if you're never sure where it is, there's a name box up there. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to click under it. I'm going to scroll fast to the bottom, hold down the Shift key, click. Then I'm going to right click, paste special. This time I want the formulas. And I say OK. And then I'm just going to take a really quick look to make sure that this one right here is Keith Mumford's traditional, and it is. I spot check another one. And here is Kelly's Schoolcraft, apparently a new person. CJC, that's her course, or his course, I'm not sure who Kelly is. And I'm going to go down to Charles's English 111. So I'm convinced they're all right now. Control S to save regularly. Now, I can get rid of some things, but before I get rid of them, remember this is all created with formulas. See how I click along and up in the formula bar, I just see formulas. So I've got to select column N. I'm going to scroll over. I'm going to right click, copy. Then I'm going to go, I just like to skip a column because of spacing. Go over to column P or O, it doesn't matter, but for me it's column P. Right click, paste special. Then you pick values. It's very important you click values, then click OK. And then double click and things spread out. Now, how do I know that's correct? Because now when I click around, if I look in the formula bar, I do not see formulas. I simply see the values, the actual data. So I'm going to Control S to save, and now we're going to take a look at what can be what can be deleted. For you to batch and roll, the only thing you need now, let me go home, Control H. To batch and roll, the only thing you need is you need the course name, and you need the Web Advisor IDs. Did I take those out? No, I'm sorry. You only need the course IDs and the course names. We're going to deal with that. I'm sorry. I got confused as what I was doing. We're trying to get the courses right. So, I'm going to delete A through, I'm not sure I'm going to do that yet. Hold on a second. Let me see if I forgot something. See how the course IDs are still formulas? See, as I click on them and look in the formula bar, I don't see data in the formula bar. I just see the formulas. So I'm going to come up here and click in, insert, and put a row there. And then I'm going to take, actually, I should do it over here in, let me do that over. I should do it over here in O, in column O, because these are the course names I'm keeping, and so I want to put the course ID there. So click M, right click, copy, go to O, right click, paste special. I want values. Okay. There we go. Now we're good. That's looking good. All right, I'm not sad about that at all. So now I can delete everything from A to N and delete, and that leaves me with course IDs and course names. Save regularly. Course IDs and course names. I'm just going to scroll through and see if I see anything bizarre, and I don't see anything bizarre. Now, the next thing is to take this file, make it a CSV file, and I like choosing the MS-DOS. I keep the same file name, Blackboard Batch Course Create, yep, and save. And say yes. Then I'm going to open Blackboard and create courses. And I'm going to batch create. Then I click Browse. And I had put this in Documents. I'm sorry, the background noise is being made by Billy. He will turn his volume down. Thank you, honey. And I'm finding right here at 2:07 p.m. this file right here. And I'm going to double click and it brings it over here. I leave everything as the default and click Submit. And we wait. Blackboard will process this file, and when you get that, you're going to see some messages, and some of them are helpful, some of them are not. Now, it says error. It says that this information must have a unique value. This variation is unique. It tells you what it suggests that you make it unique. Skip those. They're not important. The ones that you're looking for are the ones that were created. Here we go. These are the new ones that were created. Brand spanking new ones that we didn't know about back in May when these other courses were uploaded. So forget about the ones that say it already exists, already exists, already exists. I'm going to go back up one more time. Already exists. And just looking for that phrase, already exists in the system. and that shows up everywhere over at the top. Already exist. You don't have to worry about those. Those were the ones that were created in May or have been created since then. So they're good. Ignore those. But you were looking for ones that are brand new. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are new courses. And now we know we've got 11 new courses added to the fall semester. I'm just going to click OK and not worry about that. If you want to, I'm going to stop. That's how you batch create courses. So I guess I need to stop my video now. It's 25, almost 30 minutes long, so good time to stop it. I'm going to stop